All right, so you have reached the part in this game where you are no longer able to repeat some of the things that you did before. So, if you're a gamer or somebody like me who played games in the 90s enough where you can resonate a little bit with gamers, right? Then you know that when you play certain games, let's say Zelda, right? And it's a quest, right? And at some point, maybe you kept on going back at the very beginning of your quest, but you already know that you start to save some of your progress, right? So the further you get in the quest, now, if you do have to repeat a thing, you're not going all the way back to the beginning. So that's you. You have reached a part of this game where you are no longer going back to the beginning. So that's something to celebrate, and I'm delivering this message on Cinco de Mayo. So to my folks, okay, PSA, let me interrupt my own self right now to say, stop shaming people for celebrating Cinco de Mayo that are not directly connected to that particular background of folks. Leave people alone. If you want to go out there and get you some tequila today, my friend, then go get you some tequila shots. If you want some tacos, it's a Tuesday, okay? So if you want some tacos and tequila to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, don't let these other super whatever, no longer asleep folks tell you why are you celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Growing up, my mom stayed putting a St. Patrick's Day shirt on us. Like, there's been plenty of holidays that we celebrated having no connection in that way to that particular holiday. Let people celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Now, don't take it too far what I'm saying today. I'm talking about Cinco de Mayo. I'm talking about St. Patrick's Day, throwing on a little green shirt and some polish, you know what I'm saying, walking around with I thought it was about leprechauns, growing up. But Cinco de Mayo, I'm telling you this message on Cinco de Mayo, and yes, I plan on turning up after I go to my daughter's concert today. What better day than to celebrate the fact that you are no longer starting over at the beginning anymore. That doesn't mean that there won't be resets. That doesn't mean that you won't have more opportunities for expansion. That's what I'm calling setbacks, mistakes, whatever the case may be. Opportunities for expansion, expanding yourself, expanding your heart, expanding your thoughts, your mindset. Okay, so we're also no longer being stuck in our mind anymore. We're coming away from that, I should say. But we're expanding those things, okay? And we're distancing ourselves. We're distancing ourselves from the thoughts that used to cripple us. So we're using our brain more so in a way that it was meant to be used. It wasn't meant to cage us. It wasn't meant to dictate our whole experience, okay? It was meant to be a tool. Our brain is a part of us. It is not our whole. So this is coming from a person like myself who lives in her brain most of the day. But yes, kudos to you on Cinco de Mayo. Make sure you shot it up, and if you're not a drinker, take a shot of green tea or something, because you at the level of the game where you are no longer starting all the way from the beginning. You're starting to recognizing your own patterns. You're starting to recognize and show grace to others. You're seeing your experience in other people. You're seeing what you've been through already. You see where you currently are, and you see where you could be, if you continue to do the work, right? If you continue to spend time with self and pour into you. So you're able to show grace. Now, if you like me and you're a little gangster out here, you're showing the grace, but you also, not letting people play with you. Not letting them play. I said it's a game, but I didn't say that it was like, Nintendo or Sega Genesis out here. So yeah, don't let other people hold the controller when it comes to your experience. But yeah, I'm going to say don't let nobody play with you, but we can show love and show grace, period. Okay, period, because that's what it's about, and you have been recognizing that. Stuff that used to have you crashing out, things that you used to fight so hard to feel heard, or if you feel like you're right, you used to fight so hard to express that and so people understand that, until you started recognizing that you're the one being affected the most at the end of the day. Let people misunderstand you because we have no control. So that's about control in a way. We have no control of what other people think of us or how they perceive us or whatever that case may be. We only control ourselves, like our actions. We control that. So yeah, and that's how I know that you at this part of the game, because you recognizing that you no longer need to control the narratives. Who cares about the narrative? Okay, that is exactly that. It's just a narrative, and that narrative can always change, and that narrative will be different depending on who it is and who's speaking. But this is a celebration video, so I hope that you resonate with this if you're watching and you know that you have made it to this point and you're no longer going all the way back to the mindset you had. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you're not going to experience what you may perceive as setbacks, and even those you're starting to recognize. Some setbacks was just setting you up for better. If you've been following my channel for a while, if you've been watching some of my older videos, you'll see that recently I had what some people would perceive, even myself at the moment, a bit as a setback, where I was trying to further myself when it comes to the role that I'm currently in. I wanted to, at the time, and I had to think about that too, to be honest. I felt like I wanted to become a teacher instead of being a teaching assistant. But I know that I mostly wanted to do it because first I felt like as a teaching assistant that I'm already pretty much doing the role, so why not get paid more for it? But I knew that most of my motivation for that was the money. Because what I truly, truly love is running a business, is creating experiences for other people to feel full in spirit, to feel at ease, to feel whole when they come to an event that I created. I know that that is truly what I'm passionate about. That is truly my desire. Maybe becoming a teacher would not allow me to have that extra time or the time that I really want to pour into that. I know deep down that that's what I want to do full time. So, fast forward. Sometimes I say flash forward, which is funny, but I like both. Fast forward, and I got accepted out of the blue because universe, okay, speak your desires and be clear. I got accepted into a cohort. I didn't even really register or apply for this cohort.